Alright, WE G23. Nice pistol. Love the feel of Glocks. This one is a full auto. As you can see from the selector switch, the one dot is semi. The two dots, a full auto. So this thing, as you can see, is it's compensated. It looks like a stock one. Not only this one, this selector and this these holes give it away. This compensation does not go through to the inner barrel. Again, it's an airsoft, so it's only the outer. Lighten up the slide a little bit, I believe. And got the three dot combat sights. Stinks. As you can see there, so it's a pretty good sight picture. Good feeling gun. I love the feel of Glocks for some reason. I don't know why. I love the trigger guard here. It's all squared off, so you can get a nice kind of more of a purchase on it. You know what I mean? The takedown lever, slide release. A little bit bigger, a more squared off thumb release instead of the stock Glock. I'll get here for you on like the Gen 1s. You can see this is just a Springer, but how small that magazine release is. This lighting is freaking horrible, I'm sorry. So it just stands up way more, and it's easy to manipulate with your thumb. And metal slide, plastic lower. So this thing also has the rail, of course, and it does have a threaded inner inside the outer barrel, I should say. It has threading, so you can put the adapter. Look at that. The one you can get the City Vic. Put it in there. So this part goes in. Just careful, you don't want to cross thread this. Goes in like that, and then you can put a suppressor on there. I'd recommend just paint, if you do this, if you take out the plastic one, paint this orange so that at least if you take out the suppressor, it's legal. Remove it. So for a breakdown, it's pretty simple. It's the same usual deal, even though this is a full auto. Hit the two takedowns. This camera's not focusing, which is annoying the hell out of me. And it slides right off. It's the usual Glock internal. The only difference is that it has this blocking pin here, so that it hits this and it allows it to go into full auto. It'll just let it keep cycling back and forth without stopping it. Excuse me. So as you can see, this selector, we'll slide it over, and that's the basic function of that switch. So this does have a decent, it seems like basically these two tabs are really the rails. It's not this whole, it's not these two full rails, unfortunately, but overall pretty decent. It looks like it has a buffer. I'm not sure if the other ones have this in there yet. This is the first one. I have a Glock, is it 19? I'm going to be doing a review on too, and it does have this plastic piece in there. And I'm just assuming it's just a plastic buffer. But the field strip is pretty, it's reasonably simple. There's one trick to this. There's a plastic nose, since this is a captured spring. Inside here, there's a piece of plastic. You can see it. You need to kind of get that down, and it makes it easier just to angle the spring out. So remove that, push up, and you can remove the inner and outer barrels. So it's the standard basic WE numbering. I doubt it's anything special. And I actually will check it right now. Compared to the XD 51, does have a different number. So I don't know if this is stamped on all the other Glocks. It's got a different number than my Glock 19. Oops, excuse me. Got this baby. View on this one too. It's pretty fancy. Anyway, So you can remove the inner and outer barrel. This one does seem to have chamfering that the XD does not have, so it's going to be interesting to see if this thing has a little bit better accuracy than the XD. You can see it in there. I got enough light in this room and you still can't see it. My freaking God. Anyway, let's get the standard, 2 bolts holding it together, and the hop-up adjustment right down there. It's a little bit smaller. It's a lot smaller than the XD and like the 1911s. So, reassembly is just the opposite. We're going to stick this inside the outer barrel. We're going to put it into the slide. Remember to line up the compensation block. Put it in there. Slide it back into the nozzle. This plastic piece is going to go in first. And through here, I found it easier by, if you just grab the plastic and the spring, it lets you easily slide through it, and then just lock it back into place. Slide it back on the rails. Sure these sears are down. That's it. The magazine is it's just a basic WE type magazine. It does open up as it goes on the bottom, as you get to the bottom of the mag, so you can fill it up with a speed loader. You don't have to just stick them into the top and risk damaging the top lip. The mag plate, which has WE Tactical made in Taiwan on it, has this push down pin that they usually all have. And the base slides off. You want to disassemble the magazine or get a different base plate, which they have some nice ones out there that I'm going to be getting. This baby, oh shit, and it's gonna look pretty sweet. So now that I look cool, dropping shit, that's basically the review for this. I'm gonna do the Chrono, so you guys can see what the power is. My propane's a little low, so please keep that in mind. And this, I am having trouble with these fitting in to like the Blackhawk, the Serpa holsters. It's a little tight, and especially the Blackhawk Serpa holster and the the Safari Land. They're a lot tighter than say this Glock 17. This thing fits perfect in them. Even the inside the waistband holsters, just specifically for the Glock 19 that I bought. And it's just a little bit tight. It seems to be fitting pretty okay now. I don't know if it loosened up, but let me try the other one. Here's the Blackhawk Serpa. You can see this one. It kind of pushes the slide back a little bit. It's really tight. I believe it seems this part of the frame seems to be a lot tighter. I don't know if it was just the something to skirt the copyright laws. They made it a little wider. I don't really think that WE cares about the copyrights too much, but who knows? So just keep that in mind. If you can test it out, test it out. But that is the review for the Glock, the G23 by WE. Nice. All right, chrono test using the Pro chronograph from Vike. I like better, but Glock 23. You can see 72. I think this this temperature thing is a little bit off though. 72.5. So it's around 73 degrees, I guess we could say. So I'm gonna do this all on camera. I need to fill the mag. It's probably not the fullest either, but for this, it's gonna be Plenty. Yeah. And again, this mag does widen out here. See that? It does widen out so that when you pull it down, you can just speed load it right in. You don't have to load it from the top. .297. And looks like a failure to return the battery. So we'll looks like the magazine didn't feed. There's a jam. Interesting. It's not pushing the BBs all the way up to the top, nor is it releasing them. There we go. Try this again. Wow. That feels like shit. Hold on a second, there's something wrong here. 297. 257. And again, these BBs are failing to feed through the magazine. Some magical reason. It's coming up right here. It's stopping. That's weird. That doesn't feel too smooth either, I gotta say. 302, 296, 293, 291, and the slide did lock back. So, not exactly which was causing the problem, but I'll have to check into that. I just put this on here so I know I have a Glock 18 too that I'm going to be doing reviews on.